salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we gon' make salute. Anytime where you there, it no matter. Guy where you be, it no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we putting up stronger one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shame. TTP TV, talking points platform. Then they give you information about salute. TTP TV, talking point platform. For news every day in our country, salute. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TTP TV. I will exalt the realm of the free. Great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, oh native land. Now we fought enough Tanga one, inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TTP TV, talking points platform. Then they give you information about salute. TTP TV, talking point platform. For news every day now we country, salute. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TTP TV.
Yes, family, well, welcome back to yet another very important segment. My name is Mohamed Kago. And literally, this is not just like an announcement where we present to the people there about series of segments then we get for they come up with regarding development in terms of social and other aspects then in society. Now, their segments are they try to answer two questions. Why are we poor? And how we they get rid of poverty? Very critical. Now, for far too long, organizations, advocacy group, civil society, institutions then don't play them part for all the government accountable for make them deliver good governance. However, then groups here, including we, will not do enough for all we serve personally for we own self-development. And their mentality we need for change. Because for criticize easy. If they look for faults from anybody, whether not government, whether not institutions, you see thousands or even millions of excuses. Because why? We now humans, we can make mistakes rapidly. You know, when you check, majority of the people in a saloon are youth there. And largely enough, the youth there, the educated as well as uneducated, they live in poverty, misery, and destitution. But why that's what happened? Well, it starts from the brain. And how will they get rid of the poverty? Not through the brain back. You know, poverty not a thing was spontaneous, and not it just happen just like that. Now, a long process, just like them two components here, HIV and AIDS. Before somebody get AIDS, it gonna go through a series of disease where then compound called HIV. Now, let me make an example for support this particular statement. Imagine you are born, then born in a family, a poor family. First, for born in a poor family, not to crime, because most of the millionaires in the world then come up from humble home, but they get rid themselves out of poverty. Imagine you, papa, you're born in out of poverty. You, papa, they tell you, say, the reason you make a poor 500 years ago, your grandpa or your great-great-grandpa not be doing enough to make you live a better life. Imagine your mama, they tell you, say, where they go to market, all in company traders and they sell. But the reason why in they sell now because which man and they be now. Imagine you get a big brother and a host, now graduates. They say the reason why you not get job now because government's not getting job. If you go up in that kind of setting day, in that kind of family environment day, then continue for feed these ideologies in you for a very long time, there are high chances, probably more than 90% say you go see say yes, not true, because you trust your papa, you trust your parents, you go accept it that you fit. As a result, you will be mentally weak, mentally you see the faith, of course, say this are your faith because of all of the examples here. Now that make we want to try for shift the discussion, not only for at least the old government accountable or for let them deliver good governance, for let we say the old self accountable, for let we try for help us better. Because most of the time we only complain. Opportunities are not in a salon, things are hard in a salon, you know, poverty. In as much as some of them they are correct, but at the same time again, you go and ask yourself, take an example. That for Fuller boy from Labe, they cannot freedom. Some of them don't account nothing. Some of them can engage in shoe shine, back the way shoe shine be popular. Some of them now back they can they saw a back. 5, 6, 7 years, you don't get this motion. How is it possible? Imagine that Lebanese, that poor Lebanese coming from Lebanon. Then come, some of them come with little or nothing. They come to the country 4, 5, 6 years, it don't turn pussy, don't turn millionaire. And I will tell you back, a good number of people already abroad. Now salon they make the money. We say we all they complain and cry and cry and cry. Now salon they make the money. Then they live abroad over na salon. For so tell you, any side challenges and the opportunities and the Jack Mao, the owner of Alibaba, tell me say any side complain the opportunities and in our life. You know, sometimes it just need for force the brain that I make. We want to try for play we only 2 parts for being kind of segments here for sensitize with youth there, especially when they see opportunity. One of the biggest thing where you get, the biggest advantage now youthfulness. Now and in a gentle, well body, youngness. Being a youth force alone is supposed for user in the wisest manner. You know, I don't want not a story I want to pull here. I just want to with some vivid example and for connect to the point where I want to come. This is not just a popular story, a motivational story where a lot of people enjoy and probably say we hear this again for the first time if you never hear. There was a village, nearby village, one lady, where eagle lay egg day. Down the village, 4 lay egg day. The eagle lay egg, it won't form the eel, it can mix among the 4 egg them. The 4 sit down for all the egg them, it hatch them, except that one day. It's only for a very long time, it successfully hatch. When this eagle, the archer, it move with the folder. Any side and go now, then they go together. It is all in life, it go up for belief, say in a fall and not a fly. Until one day another eagle come up from far, for can eat the folder. So in surprise, you see somebody like come back, an eagle, very, very similar. You do another corner, say, what should you do with them people? You don't know say that now food. They must how? It show how to fly. It move from that point. So this is not the point all the time, but sometimes you just need people for ignite you. You just need a small thing for push you. You just need mental change, capacity building, empowerment. Think the way at least go make you thinking out of the box. You know, government not exist for solve multi-man problem, for citizen problem. No. If you get that mentality, say the reason why you not get job, now because government not give job, then you make mistake. And the type of education back where they get at the country, they make where they feel like technically we are slaved in the sense that the educational system, they empower you for things, say after school, you forget job, you work, now for fame job. They're not they empower you, give that financial freedom for let you think critically for let you be self-employed because largely enough, there is social proof. Social proof don't point that, for example, whether I mean, there are people that way get job, good job. Where after school, then get good job, then get fine cars, a building house, he married, but these are just very small percentage. These are, well, because of the social proof, some people and believe say, okay, myself forget job. So even when you see an opportunity way for be an entrepreneur for let a benefit himself, it is still done 1 year, 2 year, they find job. They look for job. And funnily enough, some If them prefer for even go take 1 million, 1 million loans job, or even 2 million loans job, where they for do something where they just need for channel the energy persistently. You might not get one, you might not get there 1 year or 2 year, but literally, if you keep on pushing, probably you get for be and you get for pay you even more. A dividend will come out of it. So now that the way we don't realize lately say we need for help with it. And why this is not a very good opportunity for we why largely the youth then they na social media. So if we try for target them, try for help them with a common critical thinking, maybe those people that will see you also want to take personal responsibility for themselves, they might want to learn one or two, and maybe if you then practicalize it, the user, it will benefit them. You know, uh, opportunities in the everywhere. There was a time where I interviewed Bill Gates, one of the richest person on earth. Somebody asked him, and if you were to live under $1, that is $1 in a saloon, I must now say, I know if 9,000 or 10,000, something like that. I don't know. If you live under $10,000, 10,000 euros a team, what you will do? What will you do? What one thing you think will help you to get out of poverty? The answer to this is I will raise chicken. So technically, they talk about poultry, and these are some of the things that we largely enough we prefer for import them. There are Sierra Leoneans where they're not coming from poor family or they come up from middle class. Now graduate them. They able meet some people then for come up with their ideas, but they prefer for go for 1 million, 2 million. Where you able to talk to your mama, talk to your papa. Some of them will come up from middle class. I talk about them. But some of them, for me, I see it very funny for go take a job of 2 million, 1 million, where you get the opportunity to start something for yourself. So these are some of the things that we talk. You know, there are certain things in our life where you get for done for yourself. Blaming all the time, posting for your own problem, is just now one of the biggest mistakes would just to take you back. Now, so this, like I mentioned earlier on, this is not just an announcement about sales of segments who don't go behind the scene. Wherefore they invite some experts then, people that will know better about certain things, personal development, capacity building, mental exercise where they force you to think critically for being something for yourself, developmental wise. Now, you focus for being on personal development. Of course, like I say, some people look at are not getting that. There are people that will not get that they start from nothing. Okay. And so sometimes the excuses they not can just follow at and because of they all boil down to the brain, the way we raise up in our society, the family will come out. That I make one for let them change with the change their mentality. Yeah. There are many ways that we're able to help us. So because of this, we don't take upon ourselves now TPP TV, yeah, but they come out the segment here intermittently for talk to young people and talk to the youth there, but then see the opportunities there. And there are so many. Salona Evachingla, you just need to look within the surrounding and see actually what people need, the first need of people. And one of the mistakes again, where a lot of people do, especially the young people, now because we like ready-made. People no one struggle. People no one go through the hard time. They no one begin from scratch. They no one fail. They no one let them criticize them. They don't, they just know all this boils down to the mental thinking, mentality. And the way you think and the sort of people, the way they associate yourself, if largely enough, majority of the people, the way they move up with your friends and your family members, they all get negative thinking. They all defend blame for people and for blame for their own personal growth, then definitely there are high chances to succumb to this. You go absorb some of their feeling here and feel more sorry for yourself. And I'm telling you, salon potential lady. Now, high time the youth then therefore take personal responsibility. In as much as you get rights for complain, criticize about government, but yourself, now you rights for watch within yourself. Ask yourself what you don't do for yourself. Forget about government. Forget about what you don't contribute to government. About yourself, what you don't do for yourself. In the morning when you wake up, what are the first way engaging? Someone wake up, even in your bed, beside they sleep. I know the prayer. Yes. You know the prayer. That's not one failure first, because now the first thing first. Someone, when you wake up, what do they think? Now for going a different side, like a side that we're not productive. All of them here, no, they help for push uh, you as an individual. So I try to make this segment very short because literally these are just an announcement. Over the years recently, we don't say people and they read article there. You can write you article 5, 6 pages, probably 2, 3 people and go read it. But we don't say people prefer to watch 5, 10, 15 minute videos where if you're interested in the watcher. So that make we come on here very quickly for kind of announcing the segment and people come and very important, educative we involve experts, we say we only to knowledge we will get, we share them to people. And opportunities and then as long as we take care of the opportunities that we do. We get for come out farmers and within as alone people, entrepreneurs and people who start from nothing. We get for can tell you how we need to take advantage of the current situation, you know. So, like I promised, a very short and just an announcement for we digest, and hopefully then will come, and then will come intermittently, weekly. And as usual, my name is Mame Kago. We will tap the segments here very short, and I will foresee you in the next segment. Una goodbye.